no clue how this is for you. But for me, as you can see, I've got SSAO. It's going quite nice. We can turn off Minecraft's AO, and it still is quite good. And being SSAO, it works with much smaller segments. This isn't the best spot to show it, but you can see it there. In there, you can see it as well. Although it still has the zooming in issue. I have to figure that out. I don't know how to do that. So, yeah, SSAO is very nice. And then if it's too slow, you can always turn this on, and then that'll speed it up a lot. Or it should. And it still looks like vanilla Minecraft, almost. Not close. But with distant horizons, that's where the SSAO is needed. Without it, you can't see very well with this. I'll have to go out of the islands. Okay, so here's vanilla Minecraft. If you look in the distance with distant horizons, you don't really see much separation. There's no the AO. AO does a huge amount. Let me turn my shader on. And the separation is viewable a lot easier. I don't have any good spots to show it, unfortunately. We have disabled up close right now. No, we don't. Now let's turn the AO up after a bit. Let's head back to the islands. There's the SSAO. Unfortunately, it has this bit where it's always partially activated. I don't know how to resolve that without going to much more complicated SSAO algorithm, so I'm not going to be doing anything about that for a while. I want to at some point. That'll probably be in a rewrite of the thing though. I think that's shadows. Don't know what bias is good. Is that shadows? It's not shadows. However, with SSAO debug off, you're not going to notice it much. Never mind, it's there. Too many artifacts for a release, but it's still quite nice, in my opinion. On the island, I can get a solid 30 FPS off the islands. It's up to, yeah, here we can see the SSAO better. Never mind. I need to back up a bit. Okay. So there's no AO. And there's SSAO. With SSAO, it's not nearly as jarring of a transition to real rendering. Still noticeable though. With proper configuration and stuff, if I manage to get the general occlusion down some, that'll be quite good. General occlusion, meaning unintended occlusion. Whatever. It's my shader. It's going really nicely. I've got bloom, shadows, SSAO, other effects. Generally don't play with the clouds on yet because I'm not happy with them. They cover up too much of the screen and I don't have them interacting with the depth buffer at all, which means there's no god rays from them and they don't cast shadows. So other stuff to deal with before release would be getting the water to be better. Let's turn on that stuff. So now we'll have some reflections. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's lots and lots and lots of artifacts. So I need to resolve that stuff. Probably need to get a completely new SSR. The one I've got right now is just taken from mellow shaders, and I had to strip out a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's not good. So I just play with that stuff off. Save some frames in watery areas, and we still get whatever that effect is, which is quite nice. There's the god rays on the clouds too. That's not good. Speaking of shadows, the last thing I need to resolve on the shadows before I can release it is that they don't take care of transparency. Right? That's got transparent stuff, but that's not reflected there. It does, the shadows work fine with glass and stuff, but things that aren't listed as transparent blocks, I guess, don't really work well. But yeah, without SSAO, this room looks very empty. Or boring, rather. There you go. A shader. Needs to work well even on very cheap graphics, because that's what I've got. Without any shaders on. It's higher than it was earlier. Probably because I'm on the islands. If I leave the islands, let's take a look. With the streaming, it's only around 20 FPS. 20 to 25, depending on where I am. Or higher. Okay, I don't know. It's not super consistent. So here's 30 FPS. Turn the shader on. 12 FPS. So it looks a lot better. And when I'm not streaming, it's a solid 25 FPS on here and 30 FPS on the island. So it's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see how well the audio is from this. If it's acceptable, then I'll be streaming more often. Might play some Stardew Valley as well. There's a new mod that is really nice. Haven't played it at all yet. But whatever. Oh. Interesting. I've got to resolve whatever that issue is. SSAO and my shader. That looks really nice. Without it, it's hard to see what's going on sometimes. Especially, for example, with these things. They don't always look like they are 3D. Over here, these things are 3D, or not 3D, but they're 2D and offset away from it. Doesn't look like that unless you are like watching it move. But with the SSAO, you can actually see that it's shown, which is quite nice. that's that, I guess. If anyone wants to fight us, please do.